All right, good evening and welcome to Estes Athletic Center for this Virginia Prep League battle of two of the finest schools in the 804 as the Saints of St. Christopher's at 15-4 come in to visit the Trinity Episcopal Titans, who come in at 8-8. And this is a makeup game. We're supposed to play it, I think, last Friday. I was worried that maybe the crowd would be a little thinned out with it being on a weeknight, on a school night, and it's not quite 100% full, but still close to a packed house here at Estes Athletic Center to see these two ancient rivals do battle. I am Rick Hamlin, joined here by J.J. Welcher, Trinity Episcopal class of 2027. And my main man, if you watch Titan football this fall, you heard J.J. crushing it up in the booth. Great to be up here now in the basketball booth with J.J. And we've seen the St. Christopher starters just get announced. Saints really loaded with talent, having a great season. Beat the Titans about 2.5 weeks ago over at Scott Gym at St. Christopher's by a score of 63-57. And now we're about to meet the starters for Trinity. But as we're getting that starting lineup announcement, JJ, what are you most excited about for this one tonight?
Yeah, even though St. Chris come into this game the clear favorites, Trinity played them close last game and only lost by 6. So I think once again they're going to play it close. It's going to be fast intensity, high pace, teams running up and down the court, fast breaks, and I expect a lot of threes to be shot tonight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think the pace is going to be a big part of this game. I mean, the Saints are so hard to deal with in the half court with Darius Gray, first team All-State, first team All-Metro from last year. And hard to believe that basketball is his quote-unquote second sport, but 5-star lineman headed to South Carolina for football. But if the Saints are able to get in the half-court offense, so much revolves around Darius. He's a great passer, incredible footwork, and then they've got great shooters, especially led by Brady Barnett, as well as freshman Damari Smith. Now, the Saints are missing a couple of key players. Elijah Brandon, who's been hurt really since December. EB, all-prep league player last year, going to play at Randolph-Macon. I think Saints are hoping to get EB back before the season's over, but he's still out. And then also Colin Johnson, a normal starter, is also out tonight. So we see Nate Roberts in the starting lineup for the Saints, as well as Patrick Leckie. Titans with their normal starting 5. Jeremiah Robinson and Kane Winarski, who are both 9th graders. You have then the 3 juniors, Jackson Rutley, Keaton Gregory, and Maddox Patrick. So no senior starters for the Titans.
Trinity, it's going to be a retip. But I think that's contrary to, oh, no, St. Chris is going to get the ball first. But I think that's contrary to usual. The Titans usually do have a couple of seniors on the court, if not all seniors on the court, but now we see a bunch of young people getting a chance to play.
Yeah, that's been a big story, for this Trinity team all year. I mean, Keaton Gregory is a 3-year starter at this point, so even though he's only a junior, he's about as experienced as you're going to find. But then you compare that with Darius Gray, who's been a starter since 9th grade and now is a senior. So those are 2 main guys. We see Darius with the ball here early with a great pass. I mentioned just a minute ago what a great passer he is, and you see it on that first possession.
Yeah, also a great scorer as well, but you saw him just dump it down low, and I think St. Chris are going to be trying to do that all game, really.
Darius now with a rebound, and he shows that ball handling ability as well.
St. Chris getting back into their offense, going to reset it from the top. Trinity student section getting very loud. Pull-up jumper, no good, but a foul is called.
Yeah, you hate to foul a jump shooter, JJ. I mean, it was an off-balance shot by Damari Smith, kind of a low percentage shot. And he's also a great free throw shooter. I think he shoots nearly 90% from the foul line. That's also foul number 1 on Keaton Gregory, who's a guy that you need to play pretty much the whole game if you're the Titans. So you see there, Damari. I mean, I've seen these St. Christopher Saints play a lot of times this year, and Damari's great at getting to the free throw line because he's so explosive going downhill, and then when he gets there, he makes a very high percentage as you see him switch those 2.
Seems like Trinity's going to try and set up a play here. Jeremiah passes to Kane Winarski at the top of the key. Tries to give a move, but trapped there by two St. Chris defenders. Good hustle, but called for the foul. That's the second Trinity foul, and St. Chris will get the ball. Trinity players hustle to help their teammate up.
Yeah, I mean, that was Damari Smith again, just showing off his athleticism as he jumped that handoff. Took the ball from Kane Winarski. Good hustle by Kane, but he ends up fouling in the process.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate foul. You hate to see it on a hustle play, but definitely had to be called. St. Chris working on the low block. Trying to look for a cutter, but it's not open. Back out to the top of the key, gets it in Darius Gray. Darius Gray going to work in the post. Fadeaway shot is good. From inside the paint, Darius Gray gets his first points of the game and also has an assist.
I still think if you're Maddox Patrick, you can kind of live with that in terms of, Darius is going to get his. At least it was a contested shot that wasn't a layup. Can he hit those? Of course, but compared to when he's able to get right under the basket, once he's under the basket, you're dead. Another steal by Damari, his second in the first 2 minutes of this game.
Trinity are going to keep possession, but St. Chris are playing very good defense right now, not letting Trinity get those passing lanes, and it's not even the man who's guarding that's getting the steals. It's an off man who's just reaching a hand in there, poking the ball away. The Titans are going to have to be more aware of the defenders off the ball.
Shot clock down to 5. I'm not sure Jack Starley, he sees it now and puts up a deep 3 as the shot clock expired.
Once again, great defense there by St. Chris, and now they get to go on the attack. Damari Smith working on the left wing. Darius Gray receives the ball at the top of the key, which you usually don't see a big man do, but he's going to go to work. Drives to the paint. Gives a strong pass. Wants his man to cut, number 10, Ali Davala.
I think 10 is Patrick Leckie.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
that's
But
great.
Leckie was kind of cutting left, and the pass went to his right. He wasn't quite able to handle it. But good defensive possession for the Titans.
Definitely forced a turnover early on. Now have to try and get a bucket, really. Great move there by Jeremiah. Goes to the basket strong. Left-handed layup is good.
Yeah, left-handed finish by Jeremiah Robinson with some contact from Darius Gray, who wasn't much contact, but Darius is so strong that any contact is allowed. And see Jeremiah get a little bit fired up as he now gets a steal. Jeremiah is typically a very calm, low-key guy. But with the left-handed bucket and the steal, you see him get a little bit fired up, which is you love to see.
Yeah, both the freshmen going after each other, Damari Smith and Jeremiah.
Yeah, both those guys are going to have the chance to, as they continue to progress, play big-time basketball at the next level. Two of the top freshman guards in the state, if not the nation, although that wasn't a great one by Jeremiah. As the presence of Darius Gray, I think, just completely threw him off. We've seen Jeremiah be an excellent shooter from 3 this year, but that one was way off the mark for an air ball.
Yeah, definitely could have got a better look there. I think it was a little bit more of a shifty versus big matchup. And I think he could have got a little bit more space on that shot and created a better look for himself, or pass it around and get an open look for his team. St. Chris setting a couple ball screens, cut to the back, but I think it might have been deflected by a train. Nope.
Yeah, the official's going to say.
Okay, they switched the call now.
Yeah, it was off Trinity. First official pointed white ball, but they got it straight. That's the right call. I think Maddox Patrick, I think, got a hand to it.
Yeah, definitely took a weird deflection. There's no way that was just a straight pass.
Maddox Patrick got a hand on that ball as well as he knocked it away from Darius Gray, but Damari Smith able to come up with it.
Great pass there, down low. That's definitely going to be a foul called.
That's 2 on Keaton. I mean, we're only just over 3 minutes into this game, and it'd be really interesting to see. I mean, yeah, they are going to, Coach Blazer's going to put Colby Gibbs in. So it's kind of a nightmare scenario for the Titans to already dig a hole on the scoreboard and now have your most experienced player have to go out with 2 early fouls.
Yeah, definitely not what you want at all. Almost giving up 4 points just off those fouls. But luckily, number 24, Nate Roberts, missed the free throw.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Blazer, you'd almost rather Nate Roberts have just made the layup than get a second foul on Keaton.
Great block
Jeremiah
there.
Robinson, yeah, he blocks Darius Gray.
He's going to try and handle the rock on the right wing. Going one-on-one, strong to the basket. Fadeaway move, great backdoor pass, and a great finish there. Titans playing some very good basketball on offense. They just got to keep it up, keep going. Now St. Chris have to respond. Student section getting loud. Darius Gray, corner three, no good, off the front rim, side rim. St. Chris get the offensive rebound. Darius Gray with a great spin move, goes to the rim hard, and you're not going to stop that man when he gets that close to the basket.
No, I mean, Colby Gibbs tried to stand in as Kane's three is off. Sorry to steal your job there for a second, JJ, but Colby did what you teach kids to do, which is just go straight up, hold your ground, be vertical. And Colby's a strong kid. But to Darius, that was like,
yeah,
kind of shrugged him off like a fly on your shoulder. First sub of the game for St. Christopher's is Alex Churchwell, the 8th grader, coming in for the Saints. And, you know, at this point in the season, we're into February. Churchwell's gotten a lot of big minutes this year, so I don't think he's going to be fazed by it. But, you know, think about yourself, JJ, when you were an 8th grader playing in this environment.
Yeah, definitely would not want to do that. Darius Gray, pull up three, no good. Jackson wrestles the rebound away, pushing the ball up court fast. Passes out to Maddox for three, no good. Oh, they called a foul, but yeah, Colby almost came down with the rebound, got it poked away by a St. Chris defender and went out of bounds, but refs saw a foul, so it's going to be an out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, second foul there on Nate Roberts. It's Kevin Kronheim in for the first time tonight.
Jeremiah Smith, the top of the arc. Going right, couldn't get by the defender. Max Patrick, top of the key, can't do anything. Colby to the basket, rejected there. Jackson wrestling the ball away again. He's a strong guy. He's already wrestled the ball away from about 3 or 4 people this game.
He is a strong guy. That was a great effort play by Jackson Rutley. I do think Saints got a bit of a bad break because there was 1 on the shot clock, and they reset it to 20, which is what you would get for offensive rebound, but it didn't hit the rim. So I actually think the shot clock should have run out unless they said the Saints possessed it and then that reset the shot clock. But I think maybe a little bit of a favorable break there for the Titans. Great hustle there by Kronheim to get the long rebound.
Definitely good hustle. Ref saw a flop there, pass it to the back. Goes up strong, but can't get it to go. Goes up again, hoping for the foul. Can't get it. Scrappy fight down low. St. Chris come away with it. Now they're on the break. Corner three, no good. Jeremiah, ball just going everywhere now. Jackson pushing the ball, is stripped away. St. Chris now on the break, and the ball's thrown out of bounds into the prep band.
This is not pretty basketball, but this is high school basketball. JJ, I mean, both teams playing incredibly hard, battling for loose balls. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yep. I was trying to keep up with everything, but I don't even think a professional commentator wouldn't be able to exactly play-by-play what just happened right there. So.
Nah, you handled it well, but there were about 4 possession changes in the course of about 10 seconds.
Damari Smith playing great defense on Jeremiah, forcing him to get the ball out of his hands. Great cut there by Jackson. Goes up strong again. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a double dribble. Oh, jump ball? Oh, well, St. Chris get it anyway.
They do get it anyway, but that means the next jump ball will be the Titans.
Yep.
So I still, if I was Coach Hamill Jones, I'd rather have the double dribble call than the jump ball. I mean, yes, you have possession, but if there's not another one in this quarter, then Titans will get the ball to start the second.
Definitely a very different game from the first one. High intensity off the start, and it's only 8-4. Nobody has scored over 10 points in this game.
Yeah. Deuce Mason is in for the first time. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Damari.
Great move to the cup. Deuce thinks he got a clean rejection. The student section thinks he got a clean rejection, but the ref saw a foul and sends a great free throw shooter to the line. DeMari knocks down the first one. Knocks down the second one.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but I've had the chance to see St. Christopher's play a bunch this year, and DeMari, he just does not miss many free throws. And he does a great job getting to the line, as I said earlier, because he's so quick.
Maddox in the lane, tries to get a shot up, but ball falls to Kevin, but he misses the layup. Now St. Chris have a chance to go up by 8 on this possession, or even 9 if they hit a 3. DeMari working to the hole. That's a great spin move. Couldn't get the finish, and the ref calls another foul on Jackson there, and he's about to get 2 more attempts at the line. Talking a little bit of trash to Jackson as well. We've seen them go at it all game. Same with the Jeremiah, but he's going to get 2 at the line. It's a great spin move he put on there.
It was a great spin move. Not sure I thought it was a foul. If it was definitely a late whistle. Although I think Darius Gray had secured the rebound anyway, so may have ended up being 2 points anyway, but that is going to be, I think, the first foul on Jackson Rutley. And Smith now 5 for 5. Make it 6 for 6 from the line.
Yeah, he single-handedly beat the Titans just off of free throws right now. If you take all the other points, it's 6 to 4.
So, that's a good point, and kind of a concerning one. I mean, Trinity is playing very hard, which you love to see, but really struggling to put the ball in the basket. And Keaton Gregory going out with 2 early fouls didn't help. But also Kevin Kronheim there. I mean, he worked hard to secure offensive rebound, but then missed a wide open layup.
Trinity going to let Jeremiah ISO. Couldn't get anything going. Has to kick it out, and Trinity have to set something up.
Well, and all 4 of the Titans' points came on 2 consecutive possessions where Jeremiah got in the lane, one time hit a layup, and then the next time hit Jackson Rutley for a layup.
St. Chris now, another chance to push it down. Seems like DeMari's going to keep it the ball in his hand. Shakes one man, kicks it to the corner 3, no good. Darius Gray almost grabs the rebound, but smart play there by Jeremiah to knock the ball away. And now Trinity gets the ball. Deuce can't retain it. They're going to say it went out on number 22, Alex Churchwell. And Trinity is going to keep possession.
All right, so Keaton Gregory is going to check back in with the 2 fouls here with 38 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, every time St. Chris just come down, DeMari Smith just does what he wants out here, really, to be honest. He's had a few different matchups, but so far he's won all of them except one where he had the jump ball there with him and Jeremiah. Great play there by Darius Gray. Knocks it off Keaton Gregory's knee, and St. Chris are going to get the ball.
I was going to say, that was good defense by MJ Crocker. I mean, he's a role player that comes in off the bench for the Saints, and he forced Keaton Gregory to catch that further from the basket than Keaton would have wanted. And then Crocker was able to get a hand in there and knock it off of Keaton Gregory's leg. So those are, that's not a play that's going to show up on the stat sheet for Crocker, but it's not technically a steal, but he forced that turnover, and give the young man credit. He doesn't get a lot of playing time, but that was a winning play by MJ Crocker.
6 seconds between the shot clock and game clock, so St. Chris will not get the last shot. DeMari Smith tried to just lull Deuce to sleep.
So there is only 10 on the shot clock. Smith definitely taking his time, but he's so quick he doesn't need much time.
Gets around 2 defenders. Switch pass to the corner, 3 ball, no good. Darius Gray with the rebound, lands on top of somebody, 3 seconds left. What a finish there. Jumps over Maddox Patrick. Scoop layup with the right hand, and a big man should not be able to move like that in the air. That's a great basket, and they'll get the and one.
One of my favorite things in prep league high school basketball the last 5 years has been watching people watch Darius Gray for the first time play basketball. And it's just I've heard the sentence you just said or some derivation of that sentence so many times. Like, a big man just should not be able to move like that. It's been a pleasure watching him. I mean, all the way back as an 8th grader, I remember he came into this Estes Athletic Center and put up 38 points in a JV game. And I said, that kid, they got a junior out there playing JV? And they told me, no, he's in 8th grade. And I said, that guy's going to be a problem. And then obviously his exploits on the football field speak for themselves. All-American and one of the top 20 players in the nation, one of the top interior linemen in the nation. So it's been a pleasure to watch him, even as someone having to go against him as a Titan fan. Well, first quarter thoughts. I mean, Trinity is playing hard for sure. They do look rusty, like a team that just had about 11 or 12 days off because of this weather, and the shots certainly have not fallen. I actually think Trinity's played pretty good defense too. I mean, they forced difficult shots for the Saints, but with 6 Damari Smith free throws, and then Darius getting a tough bucket there. I mean, the scary thing for Trinity is, like, I don't think Brady Burnett has even made a shot yet, and he's any given night. And the Titans are still already down 10 points. So yeah. It's got to, I'm usually one to quickly say it needs to happen at the defensive end, but you can live with giving up 14 points, but you can't live with only scoring 4. So Trinity has got to get some offensive rhythm going here.
I mean, but credit to St. Chris for sitting in this defense that's clearly been working. Yes. You see Trinity don't get a bunch of open looks. Every bucket that they've had has been tough. You're going to try and dump it down low. Kean Gregory gets a good look. A foul is called on number 22, Alex Churchwell. And Keaton will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And JJ, you make a great point about the defense. I mean, Coach Hamill Jones and his staff, they do a great job with scouting. They know exactly what each of these Titans' strengths and weaknesses are. And, I mean, they're trying to force them into positions that is not their most comfortable, and they've done a good job with it.
First free throw was off the mark. Second free throw is good. Damari Smith bringing the ball up the court like he has every single time. Almost loses possession, but great move. Gets to the basket, and that's an easy bucket there. He's having a great game so far.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly, almost losing it, I kind of helped him there because it made Jeremiah relax for a second.
Kane Winarski the 3, no good. Great strong rebound there. Darius Gray to the hole.
Yeah,
strong.
that was Brady Burnett with the rebound. Number 3 for the Saints. And yeah, now Darius going to the free throw line. We also see number 11, Ali Davila, who is another kind of bench role player for the Saints. It doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he did a great job defensively on Jeremiah there, keeping him out of the lane. And with Colin Johnson and Elijah Brandon out for St. Christopher's, I've been really impressed with their bench guys who've had to play bigger roles are doing a nice job with it.
Ref is having a talk with someone. Seems like it's Darius Gray and Jeremiah, but not too sure from up here.
I think it's just about tucking their shirts in, which that's one of those things I think you're in high school. Like, I think high school kids really don't care about. Some refs don't care about, but then randomly they sometimes do. And they pick weird times to randomly care about shirt tails, and I think that's what it was. But it did not ice Darius Gray as he hit the second free throw.
Trinity gonna have to work again, and once again St. Chris doing a great job. Every time it looks like Trinity's about to pass, the man steps up into that passing lane. Now double team on the baseline. Bad pass there by Kane Winarski, intercepted by Darius Gray. Back up to the top of the key. 3 ball, no good. Jackson with a strong rebound there. Trinity pushing the ball back up the court. St. Chris defending around the perimeter again. Gate spin move there by Kane Winarski. Gets the foul called.
That's a strong take by Kane. We've seen him shoot some threes tonight, but it's the first time he's really worked to get it in the lane. And they're going to get that foul on Davila, his first. But yeah, I mean, when you're struggling as much offensively as the Titans are right now, being aggressive, trying to drive downhill, see if you can get to the free throw line, because they're just not really getting much off their offensive sets.
Yeah, definitely not. First free throw is good.
And let me add to that, they're not getting much off their offensive sets. That is to the credit of St. Christopher's. Their defensive performance in this first 10 minutes or so of the game has been exemplary. I mean, they are keeping their positioning. They're in the passing lane. They're doubling the guys they need to double. It's just really hard for the Titans, who generally run really good offense. And Coach Blazer, that's one of his strengths is the X's and O's of offensive playbook. But right now, I mean, just there's no easy buckets. Saints defense is, I would describe it as stifling. Griff Curran for the first time. Number 30 for the Titans, junior.
St. Chris is going to get an inbounds play here.
It's Patrick Leckie throwing it in, the senior, to fellow senior Darius Gray.
Another strong move, and Max Patrick does all he can, just go straight up, but nothing you can do about that. And Kane Winarski trying to go strong, gets a little bit tangled up, but able to escape. Jeremiah clears out the right side. Kane fadeaway jumper is good. Yeah, tough bucket there.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's great. I mean, the Titans, I think the first field goal Trinity scored in about 8 minutes of game time, because all they'd scored is free throws in this quarter, and they hadn't scored for the last 4 or so minutes of the first quarter. But even that was a very hard, difficult, contested shot. It's just nothing easy.
Foul call.
Yeah, Maddox. They're going to get it on Maddox. And I think Darius Gray really kind of talked him into that. Oh, we got... Okay, so we're going to have a couple things going on there. So we have officials warn Coach Blazer, which is something they added to high school basketball a few years ago that I like. Instead of just giving the coach a T, they basically say, at a certain point, if they've been riding the officials, which most coaches do, all right, this is your warning. Basically, it means I heard you, now stop. So I think that's good management in that regard. And I think Darius and Coach Blazer seem to be having exchanging some pleasantries. And then Coach Jones called a timeout here, just a 30-second timeout. Coach Jones is drawing up a play, so I mean, clearly there's something very specific that he wants on this sideline. It's out of bounds. But yeah, Darius was jawing a little bit. And now the official's back on Darius about his shirt tail again. There's a whole lot of officiating being done by the officials right now.
Yeah, but I've seen a bunch of players, like nowadays, recently, just jaw with anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, these players are not scared to back down to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a fan in the crowd, a coach, another player, the student section. Just, it's a very intense game nowadays. And I'm glad everybody's up for it.
It is. Oh, this is a good crew of officials. I mean, this is a hard game to officiate. You have two passionate fan bases, physical teams that know each other well. Obviously, super passionate coaches that you know desperately want to win. So it's not easy.
Let's dump it down low.
Yeah, they put Griff Kerr on Darius, and it's going to be an and one. They're going to get the foul on Griff.
I think now if I was Trinity's coach now, I would be very confused on how to stop this man, because you put Jackson down there, Keaton down there, Maddox down there, Griffin down there,
yeah.
Colby's been down there, and all of them have just either let up a foul, got scored on, or let up an and one.
This is what I've been saying about Darius for 4 or 5 years now, is what do you do? If you double him, he's an exceptional passer. You can't single team him. I mean, at this level, he's just too strong, too quick, too confident.
It's a great dump down there. called a jump ball. I thought that someone hit Jeremiah's hand on when he was going up, but the refs didn't see it. And St. Chris. No, Trinity's going to keep the ball.
So the official, I heard him say inadvertent whistle. It was an awkward play because you're right. The ball got knocked out of Jeremiah's hands, but he didn't possess it. And then it's up in the air. Then he did come back down with it. But because it was knocked away, it's not a travel. Because it wasn't simultaneously held, it's not a jump ball. I get why the ref would blow the whistle, but I think it's kind of like a do-over is kind of what he's saying here. So Titans retain possession. And looks like they're getting it straight.
Jackson working, getting down to the paint. Expected Colby to stay there for the three, but gets another three-ball look. Short. Sinker is going to give it back to Damari and let him work. No screen, calls it off. They're going to actually set up a play here. Darius tells him to take it. He takes it. It's a strong finish there by number 24, Nate Roberts. Everybody just scoring points inside the paint, and the Titans haven't found an answer for it.
No, that's a great job by Nate Roberts. I mean, he's not typically one of the top scorers for the Saints. Great effort there by Brady Burnett diving for it. Tough contested shot for Keaton.
Yeah, the Titans are now forced to settle instead of trying to get good shots, and that's going to turn out pretty bad in the long run. Darius gets a matchup he thinks he likes.
Right now it's Colby's turn, right? Yep. So, I mean, there have been at least 4 or 5 different Titans who've tried to cover Darius. We'll see if Colby has any more luck than anybody else has.
Spins off, goes up strong.
Honestly,
misses.
At least on that possession, I would say yes. Colby forced him into a much tougher shot than we've seen him take, previously. So that was good D by Colby.
Yep.
And then Darius is going to get whistled for a foul. I believe that's his first.
Yeah, on the wraparound.
And he's going to get a rare break as Connor Welch comes into the game. And I do not know why they blew the whistle there. I guess Kane Winarski was, waiting to come in, and they're going to let him come in. Now, now Kane runs back over to throw it in.
I think the Titans are going to have to try and find their offensive rhythm here. Jeremiah brings it up, passes to Jackson. In the corner, Kane dumps it down to Keaton. Pretty good play design.
Yes.
Goes up strong, gets the bucket.
That's a strong move by Keaton, and he goes to the left hand there. I'm sure it was nice for Keaton to not have Darius in there for once, and probably felt a little bit liberated by that.
Titans are definitely going to have to try and get a stop here just to get any type of momentum with only 3 minutes left in this quarter. Strong take there, no good. Keaton Gregory called there with the elbow. Number 10 for St. Chris, Patrick Leckie, popped straight up. Are there flagrants in the high school?
Yeah, and I think that's what the officials are discussing right now. So I don't think it should be a flagrant because he pivoted. If you pivot, like if you move your foot, and then it shouldn't be. If you just plant your feet and just swing, I'm like demonstrating this on JJ like y'all can see me, but you understand what I'm saying, JJ?
Yeah,
if you have the ball in your hands and you pivot with it and you happen to hit somebody, it could be a foul, but it's not a flagrant. Yeah. If you have both feet set and throw a bow,
Draymond Green special.
Then that is, but that's still 3 fouls on Keaton, which is still huge, even with it not being a flagrant. Patrick Leckie, he took it like a champ. He hopped right back up.
You're going to take this inbounds here.
I think Keaton was trying to say that Leckie was hanging on him and it should have been a foul, and that's, I don't know. We don't have the benefit of replay, but okay.
I saw him doing the same move that you were doing to the ref, showing him that he pivoted instead of just flinging his elbows.
Yeah, next year TSPN needs to get a camera on us up here just so I can demonstrate. And now I'm not sure what's going on at the table. Hey, we're going to take a quick second, though. I want to want to give a shout out to a very special St. Christopher's fan. Coach Hamill Jones is a mom. Gretchen has been going through a tough time, slipped recently on the icy conditions, and she has been in the hospital for a few days. So I know she's watching, cheering for the Saints, and we wish Miss Jones to get well as soon as possible. I know she wishes she could be here in person.
St. Chris don't really have too many fans out here besides the student section, but 3 there, no good. Jackson with another strong rebound.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely think on a Friday we would have had a bigger crowd, but still a good turnout and definitely a good tight student section, but they just haven't had much to cheer about so far.
Jeremiah tries to go strong, but ball is taken there by Darius Gray. Tried to get it out to St. Chris's main fast break starter, Damari, but got stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it was good hustle by Colby Gibbs to apply that pressure to Darius that led to Darius having a rare turnover. And that's going to be a second foul on Darius Gray. You know, I'm sure Kane didn't mean to make it like such a 50-50 ball, but I would call that an inadvertently smart play because it was so there for Darius. He had to go for it. But by not getting there, that's now 2 quick fouls on him, and Coach Jones is going to take him out, which obviously the Saints are not as dangerous when their main man, Darius Gray, is not in the ball game.
More bodies ending up on the ground, this time in the paint. They're going to call it on number 22 for St. Chris. Alex Churchwell again. I think it's his second or third.
Yeah, at least his second. Yeah, I think it is his second, but he's going to be a really good player. I mentioned earlier, just an 8th grader. He's already probably 6'4", long arms. His dad was a great player at Georgetown, and is also one of the assistant coaches for St. Christopher's.
Second free throw's good. Titans pull it back into 11-point game.
It's been a really disjointed game, hasn't it, JJ? I mean, just not much flow and rhythm. A lot of whistles.
It's a tough bucket there.
I mean, that's Brady Burnett. I don't think he's even had scored before that, but that just shows you, I mean, he's playing, very much within himself, but like, not many guys can make that shot. And he's a great player. He's had a quiet night so far, but that just shows you, how many weapons the Saints team has.
Titans trying to get something going, but St. Chris playing amazing defense. Every time they close out, we see a hand go up and then sliding their feet. So that is something that is taught by the coaches, and that is something that has clearly been taught very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Jones is a big Duke fan, so he definitely uses a lot of those defensive principles of Duke with ball pressure and getting in the passing lanes. Really unlucky call there. The shot clock was down to 1. It was an almost impossible shot by Kane, but he got bailed out with the foul on Connor Welch.
Shooting very well from the line tonight. Not really sure what his percentage is, but it's definitely pretty good.
Yeah, he's 6 for 6 now. JJ tried to jinx him, but Kane was too strong for the jinx. But yeah, he's 6 for 6 from the line. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kane is the leading scorer just based off of those free throws.
I think.
Speaking of 6 for 6 from the line, we're about to see another man.
6 for 6. Yeah.
Who already 6 for 6.
The complaint there for the coaches is that what James Harden used to do, Rockets fan, I watch it all the time, kick the leg out, get the foul call. Damari did it there and got the foul call as well. Coach Blazer obviously not happy about it.
Yeah, I didn't love that call. Although to be fair, I didn't love the call at the other end on But I mean, the officials have really, and they're making their presence known. That's for sure. So how many teams ago was it that Harden was on the Rockets? He's been to several places since
Definitely.
then.
Clippers,
Brooklyn. Now he's going to Cleveland.
Yeah, so all over the place. Great bit of ball movement there, but Jeremiah got bumped on the way up.
I mean, after all the touch fouls they've called, I mean, Nate Roberts just threw Jeremiah to the ground, and they don't call that one.
Damari makes a good move. Thinks he likes the matchup he has. He's going to try and exploit it. Pulls up on the three, gets another foul call, and one. It's a great shot there. Kicks a leg out again, gets the foul call drawn. He's going to go to the line again. Over 15 points at this point. He's having an amazing game. Just a freshman as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was another one where he kind of bought that call, right? Like you say, he threw the leg out. He kind of threw himself to the ground. Isaiah Shelton, who got called for the foul, is sitting there like, what did I do?
Yeah. It's great defense there by Damari. Doing it on the offensive and defensive side. Kept Jeremiah to a relatively quiet game for his standards. Kane for three. No good. St. Chris another chance to push it. A great hop through move, no good. Trinity a chance to push it. Jeremiah Smith. Jackson grabs the rebound. They're gonna St. Chris asks for the travel call. They get it. And Kane finally hits the three in the corner, but a little too late.
Finally, the Titans got a three to go down, and it's going to be waved off because they got a travel call on Jackson Rutley as he went to the ground there.
What do you think about the call? I thought he was bobbling it on the way down.
He was bobbling it too. I didn't like that call. I don't believe the officials have been like one-sided. They've just been whistle happy. I would have let him play on. I mean, I don't think he possessed it. So how can you travel if you are juggling the ball? But
5-second difference between shot clock, game clock. Corner three for St. Chris, no good. Trinity grabbed the rebound, pass it out. Ball tipped there. St. Chris still trying to chase it. Three ball, kind of early, but it's good. And that's the end of the quarter.
Well, buzzer beater three by Isaiah Shelton. So tough half for the Titans, but maybe that'll give them some juice and momentum going to the locker room. We saw Kevin Cronheim hit a half-court shot at halftime going in the Woodbury game, and that probably the best game the Titans played all year. So first three of the half comes in the final second of the half with Isaiah Shelton. But to me, JJ, the story of the first half is this, well, two things. The defense of St. Christopher's, which has been phenomenal, and the play of Damari Smith, who has gotten to the line now. I think he's shot 9 free throws, made them all. He's made layups, he's made threes. So you're right. I mean, I think he has at least, 16 points, half the points for the Saints. And up until that Isaiah Shelton three, Damari Smith, I think, had more points than Trinity's whole team.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. But, yeah, he's having a great game. St. Chris, like you said, defensively, Darius Gray doing what he needs to do to get his team the victory. Definitely been a scrappy game. And I wouldn't say the Titans are getting out-hustled. They're just getting unlucky with some of these opportunities.
Yeah, I agree. I think both teams are playing very hard. There's a reason the Saints are 15-4 and the Titans are 8-8. I mean, St. Christopher's objectively is a little bit better this season, and I think that's what you're seeing tonight. A little bit better team beating a team that's not quite as good when two teams are both playing really hard. And I mean, everything was going to have to kind of go the Titans' way to be able to win this game against a 15-4 Saints team, and so far everything has not gone their way. When your most experienced player picks up 3 quick fouls, you can't make any threes, you can't keep Damari Smith off the free throw line, and you put 5 different guys on Darius Gray, and very few have been able to do much of anything. So now, having said all that, there's still hope. I mean, if the Titans start to shoot a little bit better, maybe Darius picks up more fouls. It's certainly far from over, but halfway through, St. Christopher's 32, Trinity Episcopal 18, and we We'll pause for a few minutes here for halftime, but look forward to what should be a great second half. Stick around. All right, welcome back. Second half about to get underway. JJ.
Yep.
I kind of gave my analysis at the end of the first half, but what's your just take on what needs to change in this game for the Titans to get back in it?
Not sure. I'm not really too sure. I mean, I can't really say they're doing something wrong. It's not like they're turning the ball over too much. It's not like they're missing a bunch of open shots or they're forcing dumb shots. St. Chris's defense is forcing them into these tough situations where they either have to take a tough shot, have to make a tough pass, and usually it takes like some spectacular shot for them to get a bucket or a foul called in free throws. So I'm not really sure what they should change in terms of like game prep wise for the second half, but yeah, I just no idea.
Well, one thing I will say is, I mean, Maddox Patrick didn't play much in the second quarter. Keaton didn't play much at all with the foul trouble. I also feel like Jackson Rutley was out a lot of the second quarter. So maybe this starting group, which has been mostly effective this season, maybe they can start to chip away just by having the starters who played together a lot back on the court.
That's a good idea. Let's see if it works. Trinity's setting up a lot of screens, trying to get some passes off, but 12 on the clock, and Max has to do something here. Kane trying to give a little shake and bake, pulls up three, another tough shot, won't go, but foul called.
Well, he did what Damari did in the first half. I mean, shoots the three, throws the legs out, throws himself to the ground. It's smart of Kane to realize, like, the officials, I mean, they've been consistent, but I'm going to be consistent. I didn't like the call when Damari got it, and I don't like I mean, it's not to me, I guess as long as they're consistent, that's fine. But like, if you shoot a three, throw your legs out into the defender, throw yourself to the ground, should that really be a foul?
Kane knocks down the first one, regardless. Makes the second one as well. Now just needs one more to complete the 3-point. Knocks down the third.
So he's 9 for 9 from the line. Damari Smith is 9 for 9 at the line, and so is Kane Winarski. So, you know, that's two freshmen shooting free throws at 18 for 18 combined.
St. Chris getting into the offense, going to dump it down. Great 1-2 passing right there. Easy layup, and it's good. Just bodied him out the way. That was number 24, Nate Roberts.
Roberts has had a really good game tonight. He's made a few buckets around the basket, provided good D, good rim protection. There, Roberts gets a steal as well.
Yeah, tried to dump it down, but now DeMar going the other way. Doesn't get the foul call and wasn't able to hit the layup. Now Kane on the break goes up on Darius Gray. I could have probably seen that coming a little too fast. And
yeah, but great effort by Kane to get it back.
Yep. Now they're going to shoot the three wide open. It's good. Titans getting back into this game, only down by 10.
Bad layup by Kane, but I love that he hustled and took it back away from Darius and then hit the three.
Three ball.
Nope.
No good.
Sorry, but I could tell by the way that was, the spin on that, I knew that one wasn't going in. But I do think that kind of up and down transition, I mean, the Titans already scored more points here in 2 minutes of the third quarter they did the whole first quarter. So I do think getting a game that's a little more chaotic, get some turnovers.
Easy layup there for Jackson. Timeout St. Chris. The Titans are back in this game. Now the crowd just has to get back up, and it could turn very dark for St. Chris.
Yeah, I mean, that's an 8-2 run to start the third quarter. Really the dream start for the Titans. And I knew as soon as Jackson Rutley made that layup, I looked right at Coach Hamel-Jones because I have seen him coach enough. I knew the timeout was coming there. And he's going to get his guys settled down. But credit to Coach Blazer and the Titans staff, Coach Watkins, Coach Shelton, Coach Dillon. I mean, they had these guys. They did not give up. They came out in this third quarter, and at least in the first 2 minutes, super fired up. I don't think we've mentioned this man yet, but Briggs Pinar, our producer tonight, want to thank him.
After that timeout, St. Chris is going to be working from the baseline. Couple of passes, and the ball hasn't a foul on Maddox Patrick off the ball, but yeah, the ball didn't touch the ground once they crossed their half, so there was some pretty good ball movement there. It looked like they were going for a specific look. Now Huey Stone getting subbed in.
Yeah, I don't know how it escaped me that Maddox already had 3 fouls, but that's 4 on Maddox. I don't remember him getting his 3rd, but that's huge. I mean, so Darius and Huey played AAU together from like when they were kids. And who knows, maybe Huey has the magic. I'm pretty sure Darius is licking his chops right now, though. Good job by Hugh. He hedges hard.
Yeah, definitely the Titans playing some better defense so far with the size matchup. And now Damari going to set up his ISO. Nevermind is going to pick it up. Now Darius fade away. No good. That's a shot clock violation. And the student section is getting hype. Coach Mickens over there getting hype too. But yeah, everyone appreciates that by Huey Stone playing some great defense. And now the Titans have a chance to get a little bit more momentum in this game. Steal there by Darius Gray on the break. Great steal there by Jackson, using his long limbs to get in front of that pass. Going to the hole strong. To tackle there by the St. Chris defender.
I just
had to stop him somehow.
I'm loving the defensive energy that Trinity's shown in the 3rd quarter. They've already had probably 4 or 5 steals. I mean, I think that's Jackson's 3rd steal. Kane had 1. That's 4 that I can think of in less than 3 minutes. And I just think this type of a more chaotic game, not so much a half-court game, but playing in between the sort of the middle third of the court, because that's where the advantage that Darius has is not as pronounced when he's not in either lane.
Second free throw here from Jackson. It's also good. Titans pull within 6. It's only a 2-possession game now. The student section getting.
They are fired up for Hugh Stone. Even with my headphones on, I can hear a lot of people shouting out Huey.
3 look there. It's good. 8th grader Alex Churchwell.
Technical foul on Darius Gray.
For, I think, barged over Huey. That's going to be, is it 1 shot at the line in the bowl?
It's 2 shots and the ball. And maybe most importantly, it's the 3rd foul on Darius Gray. And Darius rarely gets rattled, but it looked like, yeah, I mean, Huey, I'm sure probably was saying something to him. Again, those guys have known each other for a long, long time. And Darius threw him to the ground, which is not hard for Darius to do.
Kane knocks down Bostang perfect at the line. And the Titans going to get the ball. So a big momentum swing there for the Titans. And Darius is going to have to come out. I think Huey's just going to be used as a Darius Gray defender from now on.
Yeah, the old Miles Love role from last year.
Keep working down low. Good bit of move. And 1! It's a great move there. Push there from St. Chris. They're getting rattled. That's a great finish. He's going to go to the line to finish the 3-point play. The ref's going to have to break this up a little bit.
This is
Take you back into the middle.